Hello and welcome to a new episode of Team Talk ahead of Global Champions League Round 2 here in Madrid. As you can see, we're not at the Club Campo de Villa. It's early morning in Madrid. We are at the Riders Hotel and we've caught up with some of the riders. Well, some of them, not just any rider. First man to go yesterday in first round of GCL, straight away with a clear. And for a long time, the only double clear with his team, Rome Gladiators, with Peter Clemens. Peter, thank you very much for joining us on this very early hour. Did you have a good sleep after last night's success?
Yeah, very good sleep.
Did you celebrate it with the team, or was it a quiet night?
No, we had a quiet night. We went for dinner, and yeah, we keep the focus on today. So.
Because in fairness, that you didn't win anything just yet. It's only round one. It's just double clear.
Yeah, it's nice to start like that. It's a good feeling. But if we both have 2 down today, then the game is over. So.
You go from a potential win to maybe 6, like it happened also in Doha, where you started on double clear.
Yeah, exactly.
Peter, you were the first to go before the course, like you said. Yeah, Crescendo, maybe slightly inexperienced horse, but in the end, did a fantastic job. There weren't many clears yesterday. How do you feel about him?
He really showed his quality. Actually, he doesn't have the most experience, especially not on this level. We were first to go, so you couldn't see anyone. You were first to go, so you had to go from there. And he really did his best. The horse, he really tried. He jumped fantastic, and he was fighting. So that's good.
A lot of teams have made changes ahead of this second round. I think 12 teams, that's a high number, 12 teams made a lot of changes. 10 teams made 16 changes, I think, a lot of rider and horse changes. But your team didn't. Were there any options inside the team to make changes? Or did you have to stick with these horses and these riders?
We could make a horse change, but okay, it's maybe like we will see how it goes today. But they were both jumping very good yesterday. The other 2 horses also. But yeah, when it's going good, I think you have to.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
You have to keep little bit to the plan, and then we discuss it with our trainers and with the team manager. And we all had the best feeling with this, so yeah, we keep it to the 2 same horses.
With who do you discuss this? Who do you have on the phone to make that plan for round 2?
Me personally, I discussed it with Jos, and then after I also had Eric on the phone, Eric Lamaas, our team manager, to discuss everything a little bit with.
Tell me a little bit about that conversation with Eric Lamaas, because he's an Olympic champion, he's an icon of the sport, he's a champion across all stages and across all levels. How does that go? Peter Clemens takes his phone, dials Eric Lamaas' number. Eric Lamaas picks up. How does that conversation go?
Yeah, very good actually. He gives a lot of confidence. He especially when you talk to him, he really motivates you. He's always very happy for you. Yeah, that's a nice thing. You call and somebody picks up and he pushes and you have to go and yeah, it's very nice. It's very nice.
He's a busy man himself. Did he see? Did you watch it live, the rounds?
Yeah, he did. He also gives a few hints every now and then.
Which hints did he give you? What did he tell you?
He said just keep doing the same thing, and he gives you a lot of confidence. That's actually very nice. It's when you finish speaking to him, you end your conversation with a very good feeling normally. So that's nice. Yeah.
Going into this round 2, Eric Lamaas gives you confidence. He says that you're doing a good job. Stick with the riders, stick with the horses, go for it, try to make the best of it. Does he speak of a certain ambition? Do you have a certain ambition now going into this second round?
Okay, the ambition is to do. We try to do our best as we did yesterday. Can always have 1 or 2 unlucky fences down, which obviously you don't want to have. But yeah, I think we want to try to do exactly the same again, the same as yesterday. That's what the ambition should be. You should think when you're in a competition. I think everybody wants to win, which is normal, and we also want to do that. So.
Doing the same would mean jumping double clear, landing on the podium for sure, first or second. Would you agree? We've got 2 teams on double clear, you and Berlin Eagles, from Gladiators and Berlin Eagles. 3 teams on 4 faults, and then a whole group on 8. Do you think a team that sits on 8 can make it to the podium?
It depends a little bit how the course is also today. How the course is riding, how the course is jumping. Always a lot of things can change in 2 rounds, so I have to wait for that and see.
That was something that stood out for me yesterday. You had a lot of teams that had one clear round on the board, and then had a poor performance from their second rider. Talk about Shanghai Swan, about Scandinavian Vikings, Valkenswaard United were in the same situation. A good clear from their first rider, then the hopes are up, you expect something big, and then the second rider comes out. So it is a little bit like you say, it's not just that one clear round, you need to have 2 double clears.
That's team competition.
Yeah, exactly, and no drop scores.
No.
Should it come down to a race against the clock, it was only once in the history of Madrid that it has been won on a tie for score, so that the combined times were the tiebreaker. Yesterday, you with Crescendo and Fernando with Korbacher, you were fairly slow.
Yeah.
Is that on your mind now going into round 2, that if it would come down to time, that you need to have a little bit more pace to win? To win.
I think you have to feel a little bit how your horse is feeling, and then you know a little bit how much you can move up your rhythm. If you have the feeling, you have to give him a little bit more time at the jump to make sure that or at least that you try to jump the fences clear. Then I think you have to do that. I think the most important is to go clear, and then try to go as tight as possible everywhere. I think the most important is to give your horse time to balance himself, to have him a little bit on the hind legs, and jump the fences clear. So
I'll ask the question differently. Knowing that Christian Koekoek rides checker, and especially Philip Weishaupt on Kobe, do you think that your team with Korbacher and Crescendo, with the lack of experience, have got the pace to beat Berlin Eagles against the clock? Yes or no?
Okay, the 2 horses from Philip and Christian are naturally very quick, and they're also 2 very quick riders. We will see. We will see.
I feel a no in the air, but you don't want to say it. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Anyway, congratulations.
But our horses were not that slow yesterday. We were tight enough, so we will see.
Okay, super.
We're gonna try.
That's good. That's good. Thank you very much for joining us here early morning at the Hotel Aravaca Village in Madrid, ahead of GCL Round 2. Peter Clemens for Rome Gladiators. 1 guest, but we got a lot of information about the functioning of Rome Gladiators, and of course the call with Eric Lamaas. Peter, thank you very much. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And maybe see you in the winners' interview.